everyone. But the only one thing which I could not understand is how to retain the mentors whom we have sent here to undergo training. Now, I have a direct question for Mrs. Sandhya. Am I audible?
It's for recording.
Yeah. How many mentors have you retained in your enhanced EDU, and what is the time they do they mentoring here in this section? So then I have an answer for Sir, who had rightly pointed out that are we spending the money, the government money, to train the mentors who are again going to join companies. So instead of training the faculty, let us train the students directly. You have accommodation for 6 faculty. Rather than take 10 students from the second year, train them, and then in turn we'll ask those people to do it for our students. That way, let it be a chain reaction kind of a thing.
Okay.
Right? Thank you very much.
Okay. Yeah, you want to address that? Okay. So
problems that we will be facing in terms of when students are being trained, and so peer-to-peer learning would be happening. I would accept it. But one more challenge is we will have a lot of advantages of training faculty because they are going to be there with the institution for a longer time compared to with the.
Take the first question. How many of mentors are there in an enhanced EDU who have spent 3 or 5 years more?
You are addressing the second part.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me address the first question. I will say enhanced EDU is a place where people come to learn, to grow, and make a better career for themselves, wherever that might be. And you might have heard our team mention you are not alone, you're part of a bigger team. And I will tell you that enhanced EDU today is not the number of people who are sitting here physically in the lab there, but they are everywhere. So if you ask me how many members are there for enhanced EDU today, there are more than, how many guys? Give me the count. So I want to hear it from my team. That's the reason I'm asking. There you go. There you go. It's a concept. It's a concept. So any member who has walked into our lab, as you will this afternoon, becomes part of enhanced EDU for life. Okay? So that's the definition of being part of enhanced EDU. And all the people that move on to doing other jobs, we actually encourage them to, and they contribute back. So we have this concept of alum, and we have that, which is very exciting, because we want only people to be physically here in the lab who are completely 200% want to be doing what is being asked to be done here. I do not want to tie them up and say, you shall mentor, you shall evaluate. The whole purpose of what we are doing would be lost. And I can tell you that last week, one of our members had got an offer to go work with a company, and it was with some difficulty that he let himself go. And then the company wasn't ready to take him at that point. He came right back and said, you know what, this is where I want to be. And we said, that's all very good, but you're not going to just, play come now, go now, and so forth. So you have to commit that you are taking on the teacher training program now and then help them do the mentoring. So you look at that and help them make that happen. So members of enhanced EDU, and I would now ask all the team to come here onto the dais right now, start walking as I talk, and understand that this is a very young team with the simple belief that we here can change the way education works, one teacher at a time, one student at a time, and we need not worry about the teachers who leave to go to the industry, because the only way to make it scalable is not training the students directly, but to train the teachers. This is the only way we can raise the quality of education in our country, in our own institutes. And so much so that given that that is the case, they are now inspired to do research. I have a teacher who was previously not motivated at all. When the ITRA came in, she says, I'm traveling by bus to my hometown, and I and my colleague are discussing what research wireless sensor to use, what agriculture device to use there, and I can't sleep now because I'm so excited about this. Can you imagine any of your teachers doing that? The day you are inspiring your teachers to do that, sir, I will tell you that you have made a radical shift in the way education works. Not only that teacher then is inspired oneself, but then can inspire so many more students that are going on. Because if we have to directly train students, it is not sustainable, it is not scalable, which is why you as management are here to understand and appreciate everything that is being said here today, because it's utmost importance, and that the management does is the key. And if you understand this, you can do it, and you can make a success of it in your college. If you don't understand it, it won't go anywhere. And that's the reason why you are here. I hope that addresses your first question. Okay, do you have any other questions?
I'm looking for the answer to the second one.
Which is?
Which I asked, instead of teaching the mentors.
I think I already addressed that, right?
Let us focus on the students directly.
Okay, so
send them to you as summer trainees.
Okay, so this is what we do have the idea of conducting a step or a graduate training program. Where's Surya? Here? Okay. Now, a graduate enhancement training program that we are talking about, there are students who have graduated no jobs. We can take them, train them, and they then can get jobs or become mentors. Also, we can have students also trained as part of the learning, but our slots are limited. We want to focus our efforts on teachers. And these teachers, when they train the first batch of students, get students that will then become your future mentors. That is how we scale, right? So you select the right people who are interested in mentoring the people, the first batch. Then that will set its own ball rolling. So those are the ideas we have learned through all these lessons in the past few years. So you, the members who are interested in sending their first batch of teachers for TTP7 are actually beneficiaries of all the lessons learned. So it's just like what the other gentleman said, right? The young people who have just got CIT training are in a better position. Now the people with 7-8 years experience now want to get trained. It's like that. So once you understand that, then those things will take place. Okay? Thank you. So, Dr. Shalam wants to say something.
One more point.
See, partner college people can't stop talking. This is the other thing. All right, speak for 1 minute and hold your peace.
Peer-to-peer learning, definitely it is always fetches, but the time that a student can contribute for his junior or whatever case it may be, the time a mentor can contribute always differs, and mentors are always with us. They will train some more students in different phases, like all the senior faculty who are been there for 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, when they are being trained, they are interested in teaching, and they are been with us now. Obviously, it gives more time for them to spend with each and every student. Student cannot spend so much time because they would be thinking of their own career also. But a mentor can think about the student, and he can give a lot of time for the student.
This question was raised because he said it is like how to retain your mentors. The question was raised. Now, once you become a mentor at this place, say you undergo training, and then you start thinking about your career.
No, I'm doing it.
I want to give it to my guys. Okay, speak. Come here. So he's talking about why do mentors want to move. So why don't you talk about why do you want to stay? Yeah. So I don't want to see.
I believe all of how much experience do you have with this enhancing you? On average.
There you go.
So it replies is there. So good atmosphere. What I'm saying, working conditions what
in our entire training program, where we are talking about the culture of Anand CDU and beyond, the culture of mentoring, the soft skills, human values. We have lots of discussions. We have tea breaks, we have TT breaks. So I have challenges with my team members where they say, okay, wait, now I got to get my forehand right so that I have to beat this. So we have fun doing what we are doing. And we have to create that atmosphere of enjoyment for the teachers. And for this reason, we have, because there are many colleges who cannot send all the teachers to a 7-week training program or a 4-week training program. That's why we created a whole different set of offerings called workshops. Now we haven't even touched upon that yet. So there are a lot of these productivity enhancement tools. We have 1-day, 2-day, 3-day workshops, and we also have a lot of courses which Surya talked about, advanced courses. So we do 5-day trainings on the advanced courses. So these are all there on our calendar. These are things that you can depute your faculty other than whom you are sending to CIT to get the benefit, so they get a taste of this excitement. And then they say, okay, I want more. You know? So it's like, feed a little bit of chocolate and say, okay, give me more. So it's like that. The question is, if they are excited about what they are doing, they will stay. Now look at Gudlavaleru. They are sitting in some corner of the world. Within a short time, if they do all their proposals right, they work with our team in IIIT and the other college that they are partnering with, VNR in this case. There are more than 10 colleges of our partner colleges who are participating in this kind of research areas. So suddenly, it doesn't become competition anymore, it's cooperation, it's collaboration. Also, I want to say that we have a conference coming up in July called Technology for Education. And that is being held. It's an IEEE international conference, and I'm the general co-chair. And it's coming after 3 places that it has stopped in. So IIIT Bangalore, IIT Mumbai, IIT Chennai, this is the 4th stop. And all of the teachers, all of you have opportunity to participate in that, get the benefit of all these people who are coming from the world over in the space of how do you use technology for education. And here is an opportunity for the people to participate in these workshops, do some experiments. So I mean, I can go on telling you about all the different experiments. Like for example, VR Siddhartha, one of our partner colleges, they tried out a POGIL experiment of how to teach in collaborative learning mode a data structures course. And I went and talked to those people, and then we collaborated with Cliff in Muhlenberg in Jersey City, and the 3 of us collaborated to write a paper, and they are going to further do this, and he is going to come and conduct a workshop. So here's an opportunity for all you people to send the teachers to that workshop to learn this technique and then to apply. So many, many more things will ensue. So that's the thing. And where was Surya? I was going to give him the mic. So yeah, don't go away. So they want to hear why you're here.
I think it's kind of a very personal decision I made. I actually worked with IBM for 2 years. So, and then I actually was interested in teaching and training people, and also that's why I'm here. So, like, it's kind of a very, it's a personal decision that I made. So, yeah, and I'm interested in what we are doing. So, that's why I'm here. So.
Why don't you talk a little bit about a few of the fun things that you are doing? Like, what are the things that you are engaging in on a day-to-day basis?
Right now, I'm engaged in like developing content for advanced courses like So we mentioned some advanced courses. So we are working with IIIT professors and developing this content. So and it's part of an MHRD funded project. So and we are in. Yes, sir. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like we also have like work pressure and all, but it's part of the game, right? So and we are mostly best part is we are enjoying what we do. So.
Just like to add, during the tea break, I just talked to the mentors, and I was talking about, I find maximum.
Any of you want to speak? Yeah, feel free.
Yes. Yeah, I am myself Muhammad Hanif and working as system admin for Enhanced Studio for last 3.5 years. Like I have learned so many technologies working with Enhanced Studio. Just my work is not focus on systems. It make me like learning side. It focus me on learning side. I learned virtualization and cloud computing and Linux operating system. Before joining Enhanced Studio, I don't know about Linux. After joining Enhanced Studio, like I learned Linux operating system and exposed to so many technologies and interacting with professors of IITs and so many other institutes. So Enhanced Studio expose you to learn other technologies and work with the present technologies. Thank you.
I have 36 long years. I don't think I did.
That's for the recording.
Oh, I see. The point in here is, supposing you take a teacher, a school teacher, even at a middle level or a school level, etc., unless he is trained, he cannot get a job. It doesn't happen in a college or a university structure. You try to think in that direction. Now is that so many colleges have sprung. BTechs are getting jobs as teachers. Most of them, or almost all of them are raw. Even in the university structure, I get a PhD, straight get into a job as a lecturer, a reader, or whatever it is. But there was no formal training. We are training as researchers, not as teachers. But university structure is different. Now if you just see, there is a lot of paucity of teachers at every level. There are more engineering colleges. We will not discuss how, what, etc. Here is an opportunity, like what we read in nuclear chain reaction. It's a chain reaction. You train one, one trains three, three trains nine, nine trains 81. That's that. The student is raw. They cannot train so many students. This is a formative program. Let me try to say, even if there is somebody from the government, I don't mind saying, JKC is a failure. This will not fail. The simple reason is, okay, I'll also try to answer. You are sending 5 teachers. Be prepared that 2 teachers will not stay with you. Doesn't matter. Let's be prepared. And they have given us an open-ended facility. You can send up to 10. Okay, if we can send up to 10, even if 5, 6 are retained, that's fine at least. Even if he himself gets a good job, we are happy. At least the place where he joins, be it another college, be it an industry, that will be fine. And coming to CSC, IT and MCS students, they get 80%, 85%. I don't want to talk about teachers. Most of them cannot write programs. This is a fact of life. They are good. The answer, question to answer is excellent. But practically, there is no challenge for them. This is where they want to imbibe through the teachers the challenge. Now the last slide which she has projected is the management. It is for us, if we are convinced that our students are to be on par. Our students, through teachers, have to be at a higher level of learning and transformation. Then it is our duty to convince our managements to take effectively this program so that more number of teachers, more number of students will get real graduates and get empowered themselves through enhanced CDU. That's it.
We appreciate that, because that says that whatever we are trying to do, this is the active listening, and so we are able to hear, and this is
One more thing I can add. Maybe you have already in your programs, I didn't see the total programs. If you go to PG program, say MTech, full 1 year, they can do project. Probably on a selective basis, if you have got a capacity, if you have got in your channels chart, maybe you can offer programs for MTech projects here. I really do not know whether it is in your chart. If it can be, please try to do it. I am not suggesting BTech boys projects here, definitely not.
By the way, we have enterprising people in our team. Where's Vamsi? He's not feeling well. I have somebody who prefers not to be on the limelight but enjoys working away on tools and stuff and giving workshops and creating workshops in the background. And this person has been leading almost 20 to 30 BTech projects and doing that, all of that. So it's almost like a company environment where people are empowered to take on certain things that they enjoy doing, as long as they're doing whatever is the core work that is expected of them to do. So if you have MTech people who are going to be spending a time for a year, we'd love to have them. And of course, there will be process that we will be going through and everything to verify eligibility, etc. But there is an opportunity. So we give that opportunity for the colleges that are having successful participation in CIT. So our partner colleges get a lot of privileges.
Once in MCA, 1 semester, 2 semesters in MTech.
Sure. So these are,
You describe your board methodology.
sure. And
Take everybody.
right, absolutely. And also, the thing is that the benefits that ensue to these teachers who get trained, they're like, now they are members of CDU. So they come and go whenever they want. They say, okay, when is the next training program? Okay, sign me up for that one, I'm coming. And now they have automatically gotten the eligibility to get free training, whereas other people would be paying for that training. So they have their own roadmap and growth already planned out. So they know that they're, they are actually working for their own benefit, and therefore they can pass it on to the students. So that is them. Any testimonials from students? I know that they wanted to play a few.
Yeah.
So there's about.
He's asking for commercials. Finance.
Oh, chart. Okay. Yes. Good point. Thank you for bringing that up. So we do have a charge of 1,000 rupees per phase. That's what we had come out with. Per phase. That is payable by the student. Okay. Yeah. So 2 phases are the mandatory phases. Third is optional phase. So that is the project where they build like a search engine. So it's like a massive project exercise. 2 phases. That's what that they need to complete. Yeah. Priyanka. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Priyanka. I actually personally know Sandhya, and looking into maybe joining into IIIT. And we were in the US for almost 16 years, basically. And all I can say is I have my bachelor's in engineering, graduated from Pune University 16 years back. And I can say that my 3rd-year-old daughter, 3rd grader, basically studying in the US, has been more confident, when she goes and gives a lecture in the class or whatever may be, than a fresh graduate from an engineering college. Now, there is a huge gap in the way our teaching is done in India. I mean, there is like no practical exposure given during the entire 4 years of engineering college, other than the 3 month of internship period. So, you know, there's a huge gap between when somebody actually graduates versus what an industry really needs, you know. So the first time I went in for a job in the US, I was like, gosh, what am I even going to do, you know? So I think, you know, I mean, I actually was working for SAP, run my own company for 5 years in the US. And I came to Sandhya just a couple of weeks back saying that, you know, hey, what are you doing? And for some reason, I was just so super excited with what they're really, you know, working for. So, I mean, I really think that the engineering colleges, there's a huge gap. And, you know, however, you know, you do it, you know, please do, you know, cultivate this thing into the program. You know, whether maybe the mentor who goes and gets a job in the MNC, you know how the gentleman said, or maybe a student, you know, it's basically benefiting, you know, the individuals that we basically need, you know, to benefit. So I just wanted to, like, you know, bring that out.
Thank you, Priyanka.